I wanted to give a small quick update on the reliability of this system for someone who intends on taking an extended vacation. So I took a 50-day vacation away from the pond and the house, but basically in my mind it was basically away from the fish. Anyways, it was a 50-day time off that I took, and during that time this system right here, the filtration system in the pond, was operating pretty much without a hitch. I did have someone regularly come in and add about a cup or two of baking soda every week, mostly because I knew that it was going to be good for the pond, and also I did not account for the rain, but apparently we had a lot of rain, and that also stabilized everything. The PP did its job and it kept the pond super clear. The fish came back, and when I came back, the fish are pretty happy. They didn't have any issues. The auto feeder was working as intended. I lowered the amount of food. Even though the winter here is really not that cold, the water was probably around 57, 58, between 57 to 60 something. So it wasn't too bad. They're able to eat. The rain did cause one of the GFI outlet to get triggered, but we caught that in time and was able to just flip it back on, and it's all good. It was all normal back. It was all normal once that came back on. That was powering the two pumps back here. I think it was off for maybe a couple of hours. But overall, the filtration system right here did not get choked up. The Profidrum did its job, and there wasn't a lot of waste because not a lot of food was being used. So that was all the waste that was collected from the 50 days that I was gone. So not too bad overall. The water super clean. When I came back, tested all the parameters, everything was the way it should be. The nitrate was lower than normal as well because the feeding has been reduced. But so far, I'm very impressed with this filter. By next month, it will be 1 year in service, and not a single hiccup. The pariah pumps have been flawless as well. The oyster shells under this deck has been doing its job. Same with the one up there in the shower, and of course the Baki Momotaro under here and the K1. So overall, the system was consistent, stable, and reliable. I added a bunch of Dainichi like fish that was won from the auction. So it's heavily stocked, even though it doesn't look like it. And I will be adding some more into the pond because I'm able to feed a lot without worrying. So we'll see how the setup will continue to operate for the next year. Well, I should say this year, since I'll have a full cycle system with everything stable. I don't even do any water change in the last 2 months. Basically, if I test for 0 nitrate or anything under 50 ppm, I don't really touch it. And so far, this system is consistently between that range on the nitrate scale. But as you can see, the fish activity is not like it's in the summer, obviously, but they're not idle because the water temperature right now is between 57 to 60 degrees. So it's not bad at all, which was surprising to me because at nighttime we have a lot of, the temperature dips down to the 50s, but I guess the water is able to hold quite a bit of heat. And I'll be putting on a tarp here just to test out the greenhouse effect on this pond and see if we can bring up the water temperature a couple of extra degrees to help with the digestion, because I do want to see how those Dainichi yellow monkey babies grow out. They're very popular right now, and they seem to have really nice body and conformation. So slightly more higher temperature in the water will help them grow, especially with the auto feeder. So knowing this and the reliability of this system, I feel that in the coming years I'm able to just take off and go on vacation without a lot of worries. And as you know, in Southern California we have had massive amount of rain over the last 3 weeks, and no issues, no hiccup, nothing, except for that one GFI plug that was powering the 2 pump here. Luckily I have someone who lives in the house that can come out and monitor for me, so that helped a little bit. But I redid the extension outlet on that one, so now even with all the rain coming this weekend and even in the past week, no issues. So that's a big relief. I really cannot understate how reliable this drum filter has been. Rain or shine, it just keeps working. Alright, hopefully you guys can briefly understand my my level of comfort just coming back and seeing that the pond is in full operation without me tending to it every day. And hopefully if you guys have the proper investment on your pond, that you will experience this level of safety as well.